Since the start of the full-scale invasion of Ukraine, Russia has lost 660,500 soldiers and officers, far more than in all wars and conflicts since World War II. To better understand the order of the numbers, the losses of the Russian Federation in the war against Ukraine are comparable to the population of such large cities as Vladivostok, Irkutsk or Khabarovsk. The Kremlin intends to replace the dead and wounded at all costs. But at the same time, to avoid, if possible, a general mobilization, the only way is to buy recruits.
The Russian government plans to allocate 90 billion rubles, $984 million, to one-time payments for concluding a military contract with the Russian Ministry of Defense between 2025 and 2027, indicating that the Kremlin plans to continue relying on ongoing crypto-mobilization efforts to meet the manpower requirements of its war in Ukraine for as long as the crypto-mobilization system works. From a report by the Institute for the Study of War.
Moscow residents, for example, are paid almost 2 million rubles for signing a contract with the Ministry of Defense. Residents of St. Petersburg are paid about the same. In other regions, the life of a recruit is cheaper. For example, in the Rostov region, it is a little over $1 million. Thus, an official from Zabaikalsky Krai went to war against Ukraine for the sake of payments and a preferential mortgage.
I have children, I want to help them. As a participant of the special military operation, a preferential mortgage loans allows me to buy housing at 3%. But under normal conditions, unfortunately, I will not take it. There are credit debit obligations that do not allow me to take out a mortgage yet. But as a participant of the special military operation, please. Alexei Zakudryaev, head of the Sretensky district of the Zabaikalsky Krai, in an interview with the publication Chita.ru.
From July 2023 to June 2024, the total amount of payments to participants in Russia's war against Ukraine, including compensation for injuries and deaths, amounted to 3 trillion rubles. This is about 8% of the federal budget, writes the Moscow Times. But despite such spending, the Russian army does not have enough soldiers. Meet assaults kill faster and more than a military commissariat can recruit. Therefore, the hunt for migrants continues in Russia.
Go and register. What? They didn't tell you how to get citizenship?
In St. Petersburg, the investigative committee conducted a large-scale raid on retail outlets in search of migrants who had not registered for military service after receiving a Russian citizenship. In total, the security forces checked 600 people. 150 of them were sent to the military enlistment office. Potential soldiers are also being sought among debtors. They are promised that enforcement proceedings will be suspended in exchange for participation in the war against Ukraine. Such letters have already been received in the Ulyanovsk and Moscow regions. Another resource is conscript soldiers.
Now the point of conscription is a formal transition. The point of service is for a person to sign a contract. And what will happen to him next is obvious, so that he signs a contract and he can be sent to war.
During the autumn conscription for military service in the Russian Federation, they plan to send 133,000 recruits to the army. Those who ignore the summons will have their rights restricted and will not be allowed to leave the country. Reported by Serhiy Kulas, Natalia Husak, UATV News.